Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see the basic configuration of Sofrel Dataloggers and its functions. Datalogger is used to record all the data from the field over the period of time, and it will share all the data to the remote devices, either to the SCADA system or the cloud services. Okay, for the Sofrel Datalogger is one of the best brand used for water and utilities purpose. Let's see the example here. This is the data logger, and you can see the functions one by one, and it can be used for communications through GSMs or GPRS, and also this is having the complete waterproof battery life, and you don't need external power for this. Mainly these data loggers is used for remote areas because you don't have power. At the time you can connect directly through the battery power to the field instruments also. So this is the main purpose of data loggers. Let's see the some other examples. See here you can see these data loggers is used for remote reading, district metering, dynamic pressure managements, and if we go still down you can see chemical quality measurements, rain gauge, self-measuring parameter, diagnostics, etc. And you have many types of data loggers available. And also if we see other functions, this data logger you can connect directly through the Bluetooth, and you can read and write the configuration, and you can see the diagnostics, and also you can connect to the third-party SCADA systems, web servers, everything through remotely. And also you can for these data loggers you can use this magnetic type key to awake the systems, and it will you can connect to your computers or tab or mobile phones, and also you can send the SMS alert for if you have any signals. Okay, let's we will start now the data logger software. See here for this Sofrel Datalogger we are going to use the software called Soft Tools. Double click the Soft Tools, it will open the file, and from here you can see there is lot of examples. From here just click in my device, right click the device, and you have option called new devices. And if you see here there is some RTUs also, AS500, AS, and these are DL4W, NEO, DL, LS, LT. This DL4W, NEO, DL, LS and LT are data loggers, and these two are RTUs. These RTUs we will see on the next session, but now we can go with the data loggers. See, you can select any one of the data logger, example DL4W data logger. If you go inside, you have many options, DL4W yes, and if you click yes, you have LS10, LS42, LT42, LS-P. If you go for DL4W LP, you have many options, also flow and open sensors, and HP you have LT and US and open sensors. You can select any one of the data logger currently. See, you have all the options here. Okay, currently for time being I just select one of the data logger, DL4W yes and LS42, any one you can just select, and once you given it will create one new property for this data logger. You have to give the name for this one. I will put demo now. Okay, and you can put the project detail or anything if you need. This is for for water utility or some other purpose. Metering skid project skid for your identification only. Okay, metering skid one. And if you have the location of the data logger, even you can save the location here. See, you have already functions for latitude, longitude, sectors and subsectors, everything. Even if you need to change the image, just give change image and it will go to the file, and you can put the image of the data logger or the locations you can put here directly. And if we go for identity card, here once you successfully communicate the data logger, you can find all the details for product, serial number, configuration, software versions, options and hardware. So currently we just create this one and give OK. See, now it's created new data logger. Once it's created, it will open this dialog, this menu page directly for configuration. See here, if you see in the left side, you have communication, archival reports, warnings and processing. If you see on the right side, you can find this data logger, what is the IOs you have in your data loggers. This current selected one, you have 4 DI and 2 AI. Okay, now for our configuration, we will make now one flow meter, one pressure transmitter, one pulse signals. So I am going to configure that signals. So for that, first I will configure for DI pulse input. Double click the here DI, and it will ask you DI type. Currently it is not used. Select that one for meter, standard meters, incoming meters, signaling and immediate detection. You can put standard meter because you are using for pulse. Okay, so one pulse is equal to, it is showing that 1 liter. Okay, this just you need to put one pulse is equal to how many liters, or what are the units you need. For current, I will put one pulse equal to 1 liter. Okay, and you can make the average flow calculation also. If you click this one, it will make average flow calculation also. And after you make, just click OK. See, it's already enabled these functions. So you configure this function for DI1, and for DI2 I will add also one more function. For DI2 I will put signaling. Okay, signaling means you can put maybe door opens for the panel, door open signal or any other signals in the field. So I can even I can give the name called door open, and you need to put initially setting is normally open or normally closed. And when the timeouts appearance, maybe the signal should be appearance within 15 seconds, because sometimes it is pulse input, or it is like currently on and off immediately, like suddenly, so you don't need to send continuous signal to the SCADA system or any other place. So you can give some time period. The signal should be appearance on 15 seconds. After that it will be activated the signals, like it will be act as a one, or it will transmit to the SCADA system. Okay, so you have the time period. So you can adjust this time period, 5 seconds, 15, 30, 1 minute, like this. Okay, and downside you have communication. Here in this communication, transmission to the SCADA system on each data status change. So you need to be transmit. If you click this one, whenever the data changes, it will transmit to the SCADA system immediately. Okay, because you are using here currently with battery operated and by SIM card basis. SIM card, you don't need to send the signal continuously. So you have, if it is required, it is very important signal, you can put this option to send immediately, like whenever the data change, it will send the data. So I will just add one. See, already I added one DI for pulse and one DI for door switch. And I am going to add one analog input. This analog input, see here it's telling that sensor type. You need to give which type of sensor. These 3 sensors, it is from Sofrel itself: CNPR, CPR, the 10 bar, 20 bar and 16 bar. Okay, if you are using the same sensors type, you can use here, or if you use other sensors, click other sensor type. And you can give the description of the sensor. Maybe I will give here pressure transmitter, pressure 1, and you have to give sensor supply. Okay, you are going to give the supply or no. If you are not giving supply from here, put no power supply. But for pressure transmitter, sure, it is low power, so you have to give the both two selection. You have 12 volt or 24 volt. The operating pressure transmitter you have to know before that. Better you can use the 12 volt because then only the battery life of the sensors or for the data logger it will be more. So I will select 12 volt and sensor supply time 0.2 seconds. Okay, you can keep this one also default, and maximum value you has to give the maximum range 0 to 16 bar or 0 to 10 bar, or what are the what range you have for the pressure transmitter you can give. I will give 0 to 10 bar. And offset if it's required you can give. For transmit sensor fault, if you need to send the signal immediately, you can select this one, transmission to SCADA on status change. So select this all options and give OK. See, you added already. And now I'm going to add this one for flow meter, AI2. Again go here, other sensor, and give here the name called flow meter. And here I will give no power supply because already the power supply from external device from the flow transmitter, so I will not give any supply from this sensor supply, so I will give no power supply. Therefore it is not taking sensor supply time, it is not taking, because if you select from this one it will take from default. So I am giving here the flow range maybe 600 cubic meter. So I set all the details and I give OK. So you configure the basic setup of your Datalogger. Now you configured only the digital inputs and analog inputs. In all the software Dataloggers, you cannot connect the digital outputs usually, because the Datalogger, I told you the main function of Datalogger is to connect from the remote devices in the remote areas which you don't have powered, because you have, especially if you have the pipelines, water or gas or oil or any other pipelines, from there you can use these Dataloggers because this will be operated by without any power. So it's not required any additional power for this Datalogger. And from right side you already configured these setups. Now we will go for left side for this communication. See, this is very important. You need to know these communication things, because see here, if you click this communication, you can see communication to PC. Access code, you have to put the same 0, you can keep default as 0. And site number you have to give, because each one has site ID, so you have to give the same ID. I will give you 1 2 3. You have to second another one, you have to give 1 2 3 4 or 124 125 like this. You have to give on not the same ID, because otherwise the system will it will be called, all the Dataloggers it will communicate with the same place. So better, even though the Datalogger from the SCADA it will communicate through the IP, but you have to put the station ID or site ID should be differ. And for the communication, it is already enabled. See, if it's you are not going to communicate to any other device, see, it's not enabled. So I am going to communicate with other devices through, there is two types of antenna, internal and external antenna. So if we select internal antenna, it will communicate in the software itself. Inside you have one antenna, this is called internal antenna. Some of the places you don't have the signal, so you have to keep external antenna also. So for me I will keep internal. And network type you have to select. See, if we give, this is similar to our mobile network. Okay, you have to give automatic, or sometimes if you need you can give NB-IoT or LTM 2G, LTM to what are the options you have, you can select. Otherwise you can give automatic. And 4G network brands you have to give automatic. See, or see, it is automatic, or you can select which one you need. Example, the automatic LTE B1 B4. Better you can keep this one as default. And for the SCADA part, it will be communicate with the two SCADA systems at the same time. So this is this SCADA. See, first one it will take as a SCADA, or you can select you can send to cloud through web server or SCADA configuration. I will keep SCADA one, and you have to give the access name. For me, I will give any one of the name, automation, because this access name you have to give the same name which your uh, signal providers, they will give some names, so you have to give the same name. Example, if you are using network called Airtel or Aircel or Jain, Mobile, STC, or what are the networks you are using, Vodafone or anything, they will give some names. Okay, so that name you have to use here. Okay, so I will give now currently automation, and username, they will provide, if they provide some username, you have to keep the same username. Okay, and password. And for the IP address, sure, you have to, this is very important things, you have to give the IP address. For me, I will give some name here. Example, uh, IICS. Password I will give IICS. Okay, and IP address I will provide here some IP address like 192.168.1.10. This is the IP address for the SCADA system for the first network. If you have second network in the SCADA system, see, in the first one you have option called SCADA web services, SCADA configuration, but second one it is only for SCADA system. So if you have another one, you can provide this detail here. And this very important point here, when you need to be transmit your signals, based on schedule, based on periodic. Okay, if you give based on schedule, and you need to give the schedule time like hours, when you need to send at 6 o'clock, or if you need to select from 8 or 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and another one from which hour you need, 12 like on 20th, like this. So you can select by schedule, or you can give by periodic, means every from starting from 6 a.m. every 8 hours it will transmit your signals, or it will transmit every 30 seconds, or every 2 hours, or every 4 hours. Based on the requirement, you have to select this option, and it will be automatic shift. If you select this one, it will be automatically shift, because after 4 hours, even it will not start with 6, it will automatically shift another day with another timing, maybe it's 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, based on that. For security, you have to give maximum number of SMS per day. Okay, this one you can make the setting also. Maybe sometimes the signals will unwantedly, it will send the SMS continuously, so you can set maximum SMS per day. Okay, and after you configure this, see, you have another option here, intersite to RTU. This is not very important to know these things, because you have some other option for RTU. This is connected for the other RTUs. Like example, you need to send this data to RTUs, not to the SCADA system. At the time you can configure these details, but for currently it is not required for us. And give here OK. See, it is asking to select this one. Better you can give automatic. So it's already selected with that SCADA transmissions and everything. Now we will go for archiving. For archiving, you have to give when it should be transfer your signals, and how it should be archived these signals. See, here I can give archiving period is 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes it will archive the data, and it will store here as archiving period. So you can select that archiving time also. Okay. First of all, you need to know what is archiving. Archiving is same like history. It will store the historical data. At 15 minutes, it will store archiving data for flow meters and for AI signal. And for report, you can select the report, and you can give daily report at 6 a.m. It will share the report to you, or midnight from 2 to 4 you can share the report like this. So you can select that option. And for warnings, I told you before, for SMS, if you need to send the SMS, please check if your network support the SMS. Yes, okay. And you have to give the phone number. Example is the 966 056783456 something. So just I will give some mobile number, and I need to give the warning. For which signal you need to give warning? Warning number 1. See, it's I can give you because you have only now I configured this DI2 na, so you need to configure that one when it should be shared that data, because you configured only one DI because this pulse, so you don't need to give alarm for that. Example, this door open, somebody opened the door of that data logger, at the time you can give alarm. Example, and you can give the message, what message you need to type. Alert, alert, door opened. Open, because there is space, we have some limitation for that. So alert, door open. And you can give on appearance and disappearance what you need. Currently I will give only the message and give OK. And for processing, double click this one, and for processing you can give the threshold, like example AI1. For first input, analog input, pressure transmitter, you can give greater than, you can give example 8 bar. Okay, from up to greater than 8 bar, from which time to which time you need to give alert. From after night time, maybe after 8 to 24 hours. From this time period, if it is greater than that, it will transmit the signal for alert, for archiving, sorry, for alert only. So this one for threshold you can select, and you can make some configuration for that. And now you configured all your basic configuration. Okay, now you will go for these things. See, this is exit and this is save. You can save this Datalogger configuration. And this one you can convert the configuration, because sometimes these details you need for the SCADA systems. At the time you can share the DLC, you can export these files, it will come to you the text file. If you save this file, it will come to you all what you configured here exactly, like DA pulse, DA2 and everything. See, you can see in the desktop called demo 00123 demo. Okay, and this one for convert the configuration. Example, you need to convert this configuration with the below level. See, it will support currently for version 6.30 and 31. Okay, and now your application you developed in 6.20, you need to convert to 30 or 31. At the time you can use this function. So you already configured this basic. So once you closed, see, whenever you will see, you can find these things like see this yellow color round. This means it's already configured, saved, but it's not stored in your Datalogger. Once it's stored in your Datalogger, this will not appear. See, this is like you configured, but it's not sent to the Datalogger. So this is the basic configuration of your Datalogger, and from this configure you already completed. Now you can go to connect. Once you click the connect, see, it will try to connect to the Datalogger. At the time you have to give the same things, like access code is 0, and you have to give there is option called currently Bluetooth only. Okay, and remember the access code. Okay, just you can give this one, so it will be automatically remember this one, and you need to give the option for what purpose you are going to connect now. for diagnostic or updating the software or updating the options and set the data type. Okay, for currently I will just give the okay diagnostic okay, and just if you give, see it is telling that Bluetooth unavailable because currently I did not connect it. So once you connected, you can see the option for connections. We completed the Sofrel Datalogger configuration as part 1, and on the continuation of the next video you can see the connectivity between the PC and Sofrel, and also you can see the diagnostic, monitor the real values in Sofrel Datalogger. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, kindly press the like button and subscribe to this channel, and also share to your network. Thank you.